This is part 12 of Angular grad tutorial. In this video, we'll discuss customizing the ngx-bootstrap datepicker component. This is continuation to part 11, so please watch part 11 before proceeding. If we take a look at the project that we have been working with, notice this date of birth input field. On this input field, we're using this directive, bsDateRangePicker. So when we click within the date of birth input field, we get a user interface where we can capture a date range, but this is date of birth, so it's enough if we are able to capture a single date. So instead of using bsDateRangePicker directive, let's use bsDatePicker directive. Notice now we have a different interface where we can select a single date. At the moment, this datepicker component is using the default green theme, and that doesn't match with the rest of our form because our form is using the dark blue theme. So let's see how to change the theme of this datepicker component. So here's what we want to do. We want to customize our datepicker component so it looks like this with the dark blue theme. I'm on the ngx-bootstrap website. As you can see, as of this recording, there are 6 color schemes. Out of these 6, we want to use this color scheme, theme dark blue. I will have this link available on my blog in case you need to refer this website later. To change the color scheme, we have to first import a type, and that type is bsDatePickerConfig. This is the configuration object for datepicker. Using this configuration object, we can set min date, max date, date format, control whether to show or hide week numbers, change color scheme, and several other things. Next, within our createEmployee component class, I'm going to create a property. I'm going to call it DatePickerConfig, and this is going to be of type partial bsDatePickerConfig. We'll discuss what this partial does in just a bit. Now, if we go to the definition on this bsDatePickerConfig type, we see all the properties it has, and the property that we are interested in at the moment is this containerClass property. We want to set this containerClass property to our theme dark blue. So within our createEmployee component class constructor, let's initialize this DatePickerConfig property. So this.datePickerConfig equals, let's actually collapse the Explorer. Notice here we are using the Object.assign method. This method is very useful for copying property values from one or more source objects to a destination object. The first parameter right here is the destination object, and it can have many sources. In our case, we only have one source, and we want to copy this property containerClass and its value to this destination object, and we want to assign that as the value for this DatePickerConfig property, which is defined right here. And notice it is defined as partial bsDatePickerConfig. So if we look at this bsDatePickerConfig, it has got several properties, but we don't want to set all these properties. We only want to set containerClass property because we want to change the color scheme, and that's what we are doing here. We want to change the color scheme to theme dark blue. Since we don't want to set all the properties of this bsDatePickerConfig type, we have defined it as partial. Now if you want to learn more about this partial type in TypeScript, visit this URL right here. I'll have this link available on my blog in case you need it. Finally, we need to bind to this DatePickerConfig property. This property has the configuration for our datepicker component. So let's copy the property name, and then within the view template, let's use bsConfig. Since we are property binding, we use square brackets, and we want to bind to our DatePickerConfig property. Notice now the datepicker component is using the dark blue theme, and this matches with the rest of the form. Using the datepicker configuration object, we can control several things. For example, we can show or hide week numbers. Now if you look at the DatePickerConfig object, notice it has got this property showWeekNumbers. It's a boolean property, meaning we set it to true or false, and by default it is set to true. So if we take a look at the calendar, notice the week numbers are displayed. Now if you don't want them to be displayed, all you have to do is set this property to false within the configuration object. So let's do that within the TypeScript file. So here, along with the containerClass property, let's also set showWeekNumbers, and let's set that to false because we don't want the week numbers to be shown. Notice now we don't have week numbers displayed on the left. At the moment, we don't have min or max dates. We can also set them using the configuration object. First, let's format this code so it is easy to read. Now we want to set min date, so let's use min date property, and this is a date type, so I'm going to use the date constructor, and it has got several overloaded constructors. I'm going to use this overloaded version where we can specify year, month, and date. So let's set min date to January 1st 2018. Now month numbers start at 0 and not 1, so for January it is 0, for February it's 1, so on and so forth. And let's start at January 1st. That's our min date. And let's set max date to December 31st. Let's save our changes and take a look at the browser. Now we should not be able to select a date before January 1st 2018. Notice right here we have 31st of December 2017. When I click on that, I'm not able to select that. And notice when I try to go to before January 2018, look at the cursor style. It's disabled. I can't move to the previous month because we have set the minimum date to be January 1st 2018. And similarly, I can go to February, March, but if I try to go beyond December, notice here again this right side arrow is disabled and I can't go beyond December 2018 because we have set the max date as December 31st 2018. Using this datepicker configuration object, we can also configure the date format. At the moment, the date format is month, date, and then year. What we want is first date, then month, and then year. So to configure the date format, we use date input format, and then we specify the format we want. We want first date, then month, and then the year. So if we save our changes and take a look at the browser, notice now when we select a date, we have date first, then month, and then year as expected. At the moment, we don't have a default date, meaning when we reload the page and when the form initially loads, we don't have a default date. What we want to do is set a default date. To set a default date, all we have to do is within our component class, create a property with name, date of birth, and assign it a value which you want to be the default date. Notice now we have January 30th 2018 as the default date. At the moment, this date of birth input field is spanning across the entire width of the form. If you want to limit its width, you can use the Bootstrap grid classes. The first thing that I'm going to do is wrap this date of birth div in another div with class row, because we want that div to be in its own row, but we don't want this div to span across the entire width of this row. So I'm going to use the Bootstrap grid classes call-md-5. So we want this div to be only 5 units wide in this row. So if we save our changes and take a look at the browser, we should have the date of birth input field only 5 units wide right here. If you want it slightly longer, then use probably call md6 or md7. If you want to reduce its width, probably use call md4, md3, etc. We discussed these Bootstrap grid classes in detail in our Bootstrap tutorial. So if you're new to Bootstrap, please check out our Bootstrap tutorial. By default, the datepicker control is placed below the date of birth input field. Now, if you want to control the placement, we use the placement property. So for example, let's say we want the datepicker control on the right hand side, we set the placement property to right. If you want it on the left hand side, you set it to left. So let's save our changes. Notice now the datepicker is placed on the right hand side. So on the slide, we have the code that we have just discussed. So using the DatePickerConfig object, we can configure several things like min date, max date, date format, etc. And on this URL right here, we can see all the config object properties. I'll have this link available on my blog in case you need it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.